gonna go live here, and I'm gonna go try to do the common carp comp. As you can see, that last, as boring as that was on the trophy whiskers, I was able to take 11th with a lousy score of 194 points. But you can see the skill gap from these guys that are all kind of on a team except for Bagazy. But these three guys here, all on the same team, pretty much just tripled and quadrupled everybody else's score, and quite a few people were unhappy in the lobby that I was in. I could see on that. Everybody's bite rate was pretty low, I would have to say. Even this guy here, Ragnarok, usually does okay, but you can just see the difference there. So anyway, enough on that. We're going into common carp. The object on this one is to get the biggest and the smallest gap again. Your largest fish, you can only use a spot rod and a carp rod. You got 45 minutes. You can use a boat, but you cannot catch the fish from the boat. You can use it to travel, you can use it to spot, but you cannot catch. And again, you got 45 minutes. Common carp, so you are spotting in this. Alright, here goes nothing. This is the partly cloudy day. Alright, I've already got a mix ready. Now, I've played in this one. This is the 7th or 8th time, so I've got a lot of experience in this one. Unfortunately, the RNG is usually what I kind of complain on this one, and I'll show you. I hope that I have better luck on this. The funny thing is I can go in these same partly cloudy or sunny peaks, and I normally can get them in the 60s the majority of the time. So let's see if we can have any luck on this one. And the comical part is a lot of people fish in other spots, but I'm going to show you a marker that a lot of people don't have, but I don't really care, so I don't mind showing you guys. As you can see, I caught that April 1st, and I went in and practiced and got that several times, anywhere from 64 to 67 pounds, and I even did it on sweet corn. That was a sunny day, but nonetheless, I've caught them on partly sunny days on the same peak, so I've practiced in this peak before, but we're going to see what happens. We'll give it a whirl anyway. Again, you're looking at 6 to 8, 9 minutes to get all your spot mix on. Then you got to wait for the fish to bite, and hopefully you get a nice one. Getting two unique oversized common carp in this thing is extremely difficult. And the last time I played in this, if you guys watched my rant, I was able to rotate, get two oversized carp, and both of them, for whatever reason, were exactly 58 pounds, or just 58 and some change. So we're hoping for better luck this time. If not, you guys can kind of see what to expect in this. But I got a couple different places I can get carp here, but this is a nice, just a medium-sized cast, so we'll see how this goes. So something like this, I might use I still like the tiger net on the boilies are fine. Fish meal. It is partly cloudy, so like a shellfish kind of a bait might not be bad. But like I said, you see my marker, I've got them on corn before, so to me when you're spotting, that should bring them in. Now from there, it should be kind of total luck, but let's see if we'll see how our luck does. But I'm going to try to remain optimistic. But again, you've seen my marker. I can come in here in free mode and get the ones in the 60s the greater majority of the time. So we'll just see what happens. Again, if anything, you guys can adjust from here. I know I'm sure there's other guides up, but I'm just kind of showing you my way. And I know when I come in here and farm these, or just come in to fish for fun and practicing and stuff, I don't have too much difficulty. You will get a random one in the 50s, but majority of the time, I haven't got one in the 70s. I might have had 68 or 69. I don't think I've had one in the 70s, but again, just getting into these comps, practicing and stuff. You know, maybe if you do it enough times, it'll hit for you. So we're either going to do shellfish or fish meal or something like that. We'll try it. If that doesn't work and we have enough time to respot a spot, like I said, it takes a considerable amount of time to cast out. Now you could get your boat in this if you wanted to spot right there, but since this is close, 70 foot, that's not too bad. Just keep them cranking. Yeah, so basically, I'm going to try casting it all out as well. But again, when I practice this, I normally don't have to do that. I can, throw 3/4 of my mix and I still got them in the 60s. But I'm going to go ahead and try casting this all out and see what happens. Again, as you can see, you got 45 minutes, so time is definitely of the essence. Trying to get two in this is extremely difficult, and I'm not asking for one in the 70s, but it would be nice at some point knowing that I can practice this and get one in the 60s the greater majority of the time. So we'll see kind of luck we have here. Again, in this one, you want the largest common carp you can get and the smallest common carp you can get. The common carps can go all the way down to 0.6, 0.7 pounds. I can usually pick up a decent small one, like I said. At my Achilles heel, for whatever reason, they usually give me one in the 50s. And you could strike out on this thing and only get one in the 38 to 42 range or something like that. But for me, for whatever reason, it keeps giving me one 53 to 58 pounds. But we'll see. Hopefully, seventh or eighth time. I think this is the seventh time I played this now. Again, I'm changing tactics just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and just try to cast this all out. But I've done this in practice enough times where I've tried both, and I haven't. For me, I haven't seen it change. I'm in that 63 to 67 pound range most of the time. Again, looking at the time, it's taken me 6 minutes to get the majority of my mix out. So by the time you factor in waiting for one to bite, and especially if you end up getting a trophy or something in between, uh, definitely your time is very limited. Okay, looks like about 3 or 4 more casts, and we're 7 minutes in almost. So do the math on that. If I have to rotate and the time between it, you're definitely really limited. But maybe with a little luck, we'll get some good RNG this time. I'm stuck in between spices and fish meal, to be honest. I've got them on spices before, but let's try this and see what happens. Again, that's just kind of the waiting game. Every time I've did this, it's been 53 to 58, oddly enough. You know, maybe this time I'm missing. Just get a 40 pounder, but we'll just see what happens. But the last time, the one that got me ranting was when I was able to rotate and get two, and they were both 58 pounds. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Now everybody's strategy in this might be a little different. You can see that the Roroku guy, he's going for a small one first. That's a good idea. When you look in the lobby, kind of see this is, again, one big and one small. You're looking for a gap. And again, from what I've seen in the six that I've played in previous to this, you need a fish. Your big one's going to have to be 63 to 67 to place in the top three. And that's if somebody don't go lights out. But considering that's a partly cloudy peak, you would assume you wouldn't see somebody with one in the 70s, but maybe. Sometimes I'll roll it a little bit. Let's slack back out. This is a weird spot. If I turn my rod to the side, getting a nibble don't mean it's anything big. Okay, we got a fish. Maybe. Yep. Okay, it doesn't feel too large, but we'll see. Might be a trophy even. Can't tell just yet. Nope. It's a uni. Okay, guys, so we're going to see if we can break our luck. Now again, if this is a 40-pound fish, I got to go try to get a small one. I'm just hoping it's not in the 50s. Please don't be in the 50s. Okay, that's hard to tell, but I don't think a 40-pounder would run me out there like that, so that's a good sign at least. And obviously we're not catching a sturgeon or anything off of a boiler, so it's definitely a carp. We're sitting at 32 minutes and looks like we're going to have the first big one on the board. It's definitely fighting like a nice one, so keeping our fingers crossed. It better not be a 58-pounder. That's all I got to say. It's definitely fighting like a nice one, so a guy's going to be optimistic. Be in the 60s, please. Just one time. Again, I'm not asking for a 73-pound carp here. Sandcorn Delta. But I would take 165 range. Nope. 58 again. Ah. What are the odds? And I just did it live. What do you say? I mean, what do you say, guys? Okay, now look. 65 pounder. Heartbreaker. Okay, so now what I gotta do is try to pick up a small. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna keep going through and just do what I can, guys. But you can see where a guy does get frustrated. I mean, not saying the players can control that, but it's almost just like it's pre-programmed. I mean, what more could a guy say? Now, what you guys would want to do is put on peas or corn and just come over here anywhere, really. I got a couple spots that I go, but I mean, anywhere through here. But now you can pick up, this was actually a similar mark that I had for, red-eared sunfish. I was practicing for crappie on the crappie tournament. Now you can see what the deal is on this. Is I got 31 minutes. Not only do I got to try to get a decent small one, then I got to go try to respot a time, in the time frame that you allowed. So, and I understand some of this is going to be random, but there's 3 times now I've got one in the 58 range. You guys seen my marker? I caught 63 to 67 on just basic corn, whether it's cloudy, sunny. So you can see my frustration on that end of it. Okay, we got a 1 pound carp. I could get one smaller than that, but instead I'm going to focus my time because it's going to take me so long to spot a new spot. You guys can see how difficult this could become. There's a 1 pound carp, they can go down to 0.6, 0.7, but since I need a high end one, I'm going to go for go and respot another spot. And 30 minutes left, so. And you guys that might tune in and watch this at some point, you can kind of see where a guy gets a little annoyed. I don't know how you could. That's 3 times I've got one that's 58, so it definitely can be frustrating. So you'd want to do is come here and reload your spot. And then you guys that's watching my past streams, this mix that I'd put together, I can definitely get, it's just the computer, it's broke. That's what it feels like to me. It's like there's an algorithm that's the size you're going to get no matter how good you're at spotting. I could see if it's only happened once or twice, but I pretty much called what was going to happen, and this is on live stream. So, here we go. But again, guys, just going to try to be optimistic. Let's change tones here, and maybe this time. Just maybe, right? So again, what you'd want to do if you have this much time, come back through, just go through and load whatever mix that you like. Again, the odds that thing's 3 times, gosh, I hate to keep pounding that in the ground, but wow. It's just uncanny almost. Okay. As you can see, The if I don't get one in the mid 60s, then there's no sense of, or mid 60s to upper 60s, there's no sense of me even going for a smaller one. In other words, I could gain more, but the odds that I was to get 358s, this is the, like I said, the seventh time I've went into this, and I just got another 58. I threw out all my mix, and it's just like the computer's stuck for me. It will not give me a carp over that 58 range, even though I can go do it and practice every time. And the odd part is, it'll throw out somebody in the 60s. Like I said, I'm not asking for a 70-pound carp, but the odds, you guys know that seen my rant again, and you guys are tuning in. I've done this before and came into this comp, and I was able to get two unique oversized carp, which is hard to do in a 45-minute time frame, and both of them were 58 pounds. Come in here and do this, and of course, another 58 pounder. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but like I said, if I can go on this peak and get them in the 60s the majority of the time, it definitely can frustrate a guy. Now the scenario is, I've got a small carp, 1 pound. I can get one a little smaller, but there's no point of messing with that because I'm already by default, as you can see right there, the guy at top's got 66 pounds. That's his big one. So his differential is, he looks like he's got a point 0.8, I think. He's got a 0.8 pound carp. So I can only gain 0.2. So I have to go and try to get a second big one, which is extremely difficult. And we'll see if we can pull it off, but no guarantees. Again, it'd be great. This is the seventh time I've played in this. If I could come in here one time and just get a one in the 60s when I know that I can get a carp in the 60s. I got a 102-pound carp the other day on live stream. It's just odd. Again, not trashing on any players that might watch this video. It's just the RNG is just, I don't know what it's based on. It's supposed to be just random numbers generated, but it's almost like it's random numbers generated for certain players. That's what it feels like to me, and that's just now that I've did about 170 comps. It's just wacky. Best way I can describe it. I know some of you guys that's heard this before, you're going to watch this video when you wake up or whenever you happen to click on this. When I catch caught that fish at the first of this live stream, uh, you're going to be in shock. That's 358s that I've caught. And any of you guys that recently subscribed to my channel and might have watched that, you're going to think the same thing. Again, it's not directed at the players. I just don't know if, and of course I don't even know how I got that out there. Micro lag at the same time, so. Again, this is just a big and small tournament. You're looking for your biggest carp, your smallest carp, anybody that's bouncing in and out of the live stream. And this game, if you wasn't familiar with it, it's called Fishing Planet. Free to download. It's a great game. Sometimes the computer, it just seems like it singles you out, but I'm going to keep on trying. Again, I hope some of you guys appreciate this that are, just now trying to learn comps yourself and you can kind of see what you're up against. Nonetheless, I think you just try to have fun with it. Like I said, I came in trying to have a really positive attitude, but I almost felt like I just knew what was going to happen, and that's sure enough. And I tried being optimistic, but hey, maybe this time I'll pull out a 74-pounder, right? Again, you look at the the time frame, it's going to take you 6 to 9 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes, somewhere in there, somewhere in that range to spot all your mix out. You got to factor in fight time, and if you happen to catch another fish, in between. And there's definitely no guarantees you'll get two. It's extremely difficult to get two. And if I'm able to pull that off again with a feet, now there's no way it could be 58 again. No, you wouldn't think so. And at this point, I wish I had something on my boat I could just kind of shock the lake, so to speak, and not be greedy, but just shock one, and one will float up that's 63 to 64 pounds. I would take that at this point, but to be stuck in the 50s every time I've played in this thing is insane. Okay, by the time we get on the bank, we're looking at about 61 minutes or so. Or excuse me, 61 minutes, 21 minutes. I don't know if I could take 61 minutes of this RNG. 45 is bad enough. Alright, like I said, we're going to be, by the time we get out there and get casted to our spot, we're going to be looking at 21 minutes or so. Okay, so this is two mixes. Now again, if somehow I could pull a miracle off and get one in the 60s or upper 60s, then I'd go back and go for a smaller one. That would kind of be what your strategy needs to be. That's a short cast. I'm going to have to recast that. Give it a few minutes. If I don't get anything, I'll recast and get out a little farther and try to drag back to it. Again, we'll kind of watch the score and see what happens here, but you can see we got, mine was 58.67 pounds again. 64 pounds. Roth, I got a 44 pounder and he just left, if you notice. See what happened there? He missed, so he just left. I missed, not horribly, obviously 58, but like I said, I don't see how the computer can give me that same number this many times in a row. And he's probably thinking, I give up by now, I got a 44 pounder. But in that situation, you still kind of want to come over and try. Or at least that's what I do, and just kind of give you that perspective. So if you guys come into this and you're decent at spotting and you haven't played in this comp yet, that's basically the goal. You can get two. I've got that on my channel before where I've put up two. So let's see if I can do it live. No guarantee. Got 20 minutes to get another bite, and obviously if this mix misses, then okay. See, look how quick that guy got two. That's one of the guys, if you remember from the tournament we were just playing in. He's in that same little guild, so he's got two fairly quick, which is pretty impressive. 9:21 and 9 minutes time he had two. Let's see if mine was at 9:15, and that's 9:30 now, so it's been 15 minutes for me. 9 minutes time he caught one, and then already got another one. if I'm reading that correctly on the timestamp. 921.12, 64 pounder, 9:30, so 9 minutes. It's pretty quick. I'm actually going to throw past it this time, kind of drag back into it. Couple feet at a time, see if I can get a nibble and then I'll stop. And now the boring part. Hoping you can at least get another one up here. Again, as you see, guys, I just rotated. I went to another well-known carp spot. The first spot I hit's not well-known, but you've seen my marker. Get 60 pounders there all the time. Part of me wants to try spices. I've got them on spices before on cloudy days. I'm going to give it a little bit of time. If I don't get a bite, I'll try that. And try a couple different baits. Got 17 minutes. That's the scenario. 17 minutes to get one to bite where I just spotted. Maybe this stuff's just in my head. I know the fishing for Nile perch a lot. I think a number that I've hit the most on unique Nile perch is the 414. So maybe that's a thing with here. Like I said, this is my 7th time playing it. To me, it's I can't fathom that you would get a 58 pounder that many times. Okay, it looks like the hobby gummy guy's rotated. Now he's trying to get a small. He hasn't got a tiny one yet. I've had that happen as well. I played in I'd have to look back at it, but I played in the grass carp comp, danger in the grass the other day, and I got that thing kind of happened to me, but it was worse than that. I got a 41-pound trophy carp at Lake Sandersby or whatever it's called, and the Germany map, I want to say, and I couldn't get the small one. So in other words, my big fish was wasted, which was okay. I'm just sick of getting a carp in the 50s every time I'm playing this. the point of no bite. Switch the bait. Try spices. If that don't work, I might go to tiger nut or even just simple old sweet corn. $13 to get a unique, reel it in, and go for a small. Very unrealistic, but nonetheless, I guess I could have missed it at 40. I don't know if you guys find this as odd as I do, that you could come in here this many times and get that same number. Now again, let's say you ended up in this scenario where your smallest one was a pound and you could gain 0.3. Let's say for whatever reason a guy got really lucky. But what's going to happen is you're going to see there's no point for me going for a small one unless I got one, 65 to 67, because those little incremental, in other words, I can gain 0.3 of a pound on that first number if I caught a smaller fish, since my smallest fish is 1 pound, and that's all that is. So to keep it really simple in this thing, you have to, like I said, you're gonna need that 63 to 67 pound range, was what usually I can practice at to get. Now there will be, on occasion, you'll see guys come in here and get, these things at 68 pounds or higher. All right, I've tried two different baits. Both these I know has been successful on cloudy days, and I'm actually just gonna try sweet peas this time. Give it 2 minutes here. The funny thing is he's still struggling with the small one. The gummy guy, he can gain some because his smallest one looks like it's 2 point. There he goes. That helped him a little bit, but the smallest one now is that 2.0. So in other words, he can pop up in the third place if he gets that 0.6 or 7 pounder. Getting a bite. That's just a nibble. Maybe they're going to take it. Nope. Got 2 quick nibbles. Again, 8 minutes left. Dragonfly. Good or bad luck? Be good luck for a change. Again, one could say, well, maybe only the 61 spawn in certain spots, but like again, I showed my marker at the start of this for just that very reason, and I've caught 60-pound tortugas as well. So anybody that's fished for these knows that you can get a 60-pounders over there. I think I'm probably just gonna ride this out and leave it out there. I'm getting nibbles, so. See if we can somehow get one and land it in here. And yes, guys, I've tried multiple mixes. I think the 3rd and 4th time I played in this, I actually tried Dave's mix the same time in a row, and I think I got 53s that time. This is my mix that you guys have seen me the other day. I did a live stream, and I showed you my net, the same mix that I use, and was getting 77-pound carp, common carp on it, 90, and I had 102-pound carp on this thing. So, in other words, it's battle tested. Jeez, come on now. I was dragging that along to see if I could get a nibble, and I got another nibble. So at this point, even if I catch one, it's going to be a buzzer beater to say the least. So I'm kind of just hog-tied. This is insane. It's not even gonna give me another fish, is it? Alright, normally 3 minutes left, you wouldn't even mess with it, but try one more bait, and the odds are I couldn't even get it in anyway, but might as well try. Again, I've used this on partly cloudy days. It's never mattered in the past whenever I do this in free mode. But nonetheless, I'm going to be a good sport because I don't believe this is the player's fault at all. Maybe I'm just really, really unlucky, but it just seems like the computer's set the numbers on me. Again, for any of you guys tuning in, I've entered this common carp comp again, and you guys that are familiar with my channel, I just started 2 weeks ago. I played in this before and got 58-pound carp, even though I can go in any other time. So I figured I'd try this out another time here, and again, lo and behold, 58-pound carp. As you can see, that's just the odds of that happening consecutively like this is just insane. In other words, it will not give me one in the 60s. I'm not asking for one in the 70s, but give me one in the 60s. I got 2 minutes left, so it's pretty much futile. What I did was rotated, spotted out. I've sit here for 20 minutes, and now I can't even get my second one, which is difficult to do, but you guys have seen me do it before. What I was kind of hoping to happen is catch this right here at the end, not get it in, and it'd be 60s, just so I could laugh. That would have been a pretty good clip. Nope, not gonna happen. All right, guys, in closing, I hope some of this might even though I ran a little bit on this one, you guys can, again, appreciate a guy's frustration when this is my 7th time doing this, and it will not give me one carp. A guy that knows how to spot. You guys have seen me catch several big ones. I've actually put up little tutorial guides trying to help other players. I do know how to spot. For whatever reason, Fishing Planet will not give me a carp in the 60s in this comp. It's just, I guess, mathematically impossible somehow. Again, started there. You guys can see I get them on sweet corn in practice. So I don't know what's up, Fishing Planet, but 58 pounds over and over and over, no matter what I do, kind of makes me not want to even play in this comp at all. As you guys can see, there's just another little small rant, but this is what you guys are in for. And you guys, I don't blame you for fast forwarding through any of this when you go to watch it, but there we go. That's Come On Carp. I hope you guys enjoy and have better luck than I do. And if you get stuck on that 58 number, let me know, because I'll be crying right with you. And I'm going to end the stream there, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.